Are you ready? For what? You mean you don't know? Are you ready? Are you ready to change your life, to change you, who you are, to who you want to be, and to the life you want to live? Are you ready? Really? Are you really ready? Because if you are, yes, you, if you are ready, then you will. It's really, really, really important to understand that if you want to change anything about yourself or your life, then you can. And the first step towards doing that is to actually believe that you can, or at least to begin to believe that you can, at least to understand that there might be a possibility that you can. Because the truth is that you can. Almost anything that you're not happy with in your life, about yourself, about your environment, where you live, what you do for a living, who you are, your personality, your body, whatever it is, there are so many things, so many steps that you can take to get the ball rolling. So here's my question to you. If you want changes in your life, are you creating them, or are you still stuck or staying safely in the place, in the ways, in the thoughts and the feelings and the actions that moved you into where you are right now? Because there's a truth in that we actually have to do something differently to get a different result than this result we usually get. So stay tuned, and maybe this video will give you some ideas. And I am Carina. This is Life Inside and Out with Carina. I am so happy for you to be here. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, or if you haven't subscribed yet, do so please. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and like, comment, check out my Patreon page. You can get some really good coaching there, or tools and exercises, or just early access to these videos. So with that said, let's get into this subject today. I'm so excited, because it's really, really easy to start, because the first thing we have to do to start to change is to realize that we want something to change. That's the first step. That's always the first step. We know that we want to change something when we know that what we've got, what we're experiencing, what we're feeling, what we're thinking, what we're taking action on, what we're seeing and experiencing in our lives. We know that we want something different when we know that something we've got isn't what we want. So the first step often is that we know what we don't want. And we know what we don't want so we can know what we want. Experiencing something we don't like, experiencing something we don't want to experience, or getting something we don't want to get, always hold the opportunity to move you closer to where you want to be, not further away. It's an opportunity to, first of all, see what is it about this that I don't want, and then from there instead choose what it is that you do want. Because let's imagine you are going to a trip, and you have if you're going on a trip and you have no idea where you want to go. You just know you want to go somewhere other than where you are at the moment. So you get into your car and you look at your GPS and you're thinking, I have no idea where to put that, what to set that on. So I'm just gonna either sit here with absolutely nothing going on, nothing's changing around you, because you're just still sitting there, right? You're not going anywhere, you're not changing anything. You got into your car because you know you want to go somewhere else, but you didn't do anything. So you're staying put exactly where you are. Now, you can get into your car and you can put the car in gear and start driving. Now, I don't drive myself, but this is very good analogies and very widely used by several different teachers and coaches and things like that in the world. So bear with me. So you get in the car, you start to drive, but you have no idea where to drive. So you just drive aimlessly. You don't follow any instincts, you don't do anything, you just drive because you keep thinking, I can't see what it is that I want, I can't see where it is that I want to go, I can't see. So you can't see because we get what we put out. So if you keep saying, I can't see, I can't have that, I can't think that, I can't experience that, that's not for me, then you very likely won't, because law of attraction states that you will get back what you put out. Now, there's a lot to that, so don't take it too literal, even though it is literal, but there's much going on in the processing behind what you are actually putting out there. So, and then you can actually, when you sit down in the car, when you realize, okay, so I want to go somewhere else, I'm going to go somewhere else, but where do I want to go? So the first thing you do after you realize that where you don't want to be is to figure out where you want to go, or at least in which direction you want to go, because sometimes we don't know the end goal until we're already on our way there. So, just figure out, find out, get in touch with your heart, connect with your heart, because that's where your answers are. That's where everything you want comes through your heart. Just do it, just connect with it, because it truly, truly, truly does come from there. So do that. Get into that car once you decided that you don't want to be where you are. And feel in what direction you want to go. And here's a little tip for you when it comes to that. You always want to go to a place that feels better than where you are. So whatever that is to you, where you are right now, it doesn't have to be the most glorious, happiest, peaceful place that you decide on to begin with. You can just decide that I want to move to something that feels more like me. I want to move towards being more happy. I want to move towards being more content, satisfied, appreciative, grateful. Whatever good feeling you choose, make sure whatever feeling you choose, make sure it's a good feeling, because if you choose something that feels the same or feels worse than where you are right now, that's where you're going to move towards. Because what happens is you sit there in your car and you decide, I want to move to something that feels better than I'm feeling right now. Then that equals setting your GPS on something that feels better than you are feeling right now. And what do we do from there? Where do we go from there? Well, just like a GPS, you get directions on your way. Constantly directions. You might know it as intuition. You might know it as just knowing. It truly is your good feelings. When you feel good, you're moving closer to where you want to be. When you feel bad, you're moving further away from it. Now, when I say moving further away from it, I don't mean that it's not savable, if let's call it that, not savable. It doesn't mean that if you start driving in the wrong direction, if you take a turn, or if you stop, if you come upon an obstacle of some sort on the way, if something happens and you take your focus off the GPS or where you want to go, that's okay. Just know that the longer you stay in that place with that focus, with that feeling of where you don't want to be, the closer you're moving towards that, for as long as you're focused there. If you want to move towards where you want to go, you need to keep checking in with that focus. And it only takes 5 minutes or so a day. That's all you need, really. That's all you need. And during those 5 minutes a day, sit down, put your hand on your heart. I know, I talk a lot about that because it's so important. It's the most important thing you can do for yourself. Truly and honestly, it's the most important thing you can do for yourself. And if you're doing it, you already know this. If you've started to do this already, you already know that this is something powerful. This is something that's moving you in the direction you want to move. So 5 minutes a day, sit down, lay down, close your eyes, breathe through that heart, repeat my poem. I'll post a link to it somewhere around here and in the description box below, and you can find the poem where I surrender to my heart, which is a really, really good exercise to do. And just do it 5 minutes a day and imagine being in that place or moving towards that place where you want to be. Put yourself in the feeling place of already feeling the things or closer to the things you want to feel. And just keep checking in with that GPS like that every day, 5 minutes a day. Take the time to just do that, to just connect with your heart, with it, what it is that you want. Because we so often, so much we connect with what we don't want because we're so much in fear mode. We're so much in our survival mind. And when we're in our survival mind, we can't actually see the things that we want. We can't see, or we can't connect with the things that we want. So that's what we're doing when we're connecting with our heart. We connect with the things that we want. And once we do that, we get guided all the time through the good feelings. So your good feelings are your guiding system. They literally are there for you to know whether or not you're moving closer to where you want to be or further away from where you want to be. And it's not just about the actions, it's about your thoughts, because the thoughts create the feelings and the feelings create thoughts, because feelings are our unconscious mind. A lot of what we experience are stored in our bodies as feelings. And the feelings can trigger before the thoughts trigger, or the thoughts can trigger before the feelings trigger. But that's all about our past more than anything else. And the more we think about our past, the more we watch and look and interpret things through our past, the more we are recreating our past in our present moment and in our future. So what we want to do is to move that focus from where we have been and look at where we want to go. Because if you keep your focus on somewhere where you've already been, and you're in the car, and you're always in the car, no matter what, you're always in the car, you're always moving yourself closer to one place or another. You're always moving yourself closer to either where you want to be or where you don't want to be. And anywhere in between that, depending on where your focus is, right? So when you're standing right here, right now, in this moment, and you're looking out into your future, all opportunities and possibilities are open to you, because where you're going has absolutely nothing to do with where you have been. Again, you're sitting in that car and you can focus on where you're going, and so you can focus on either where you don't want to go and either where you want to go. The choice is completely yours, and it's yours in all moments. Every moment of every day, you can choose to connect with where you want to go, which will direct you, which will lead you and guide you to that place when you're connecting with your heart. Or you can sit there and you can look at all the things you don't want, all the frustration, all the anger, all the fear, all the things that you don't want or like, or, you know, in your own life, in yourself, in the world, in everything. And that's where you will go. You will keep going to that place to change something in your life, in who you are. Means you have to actually change something. And the first thing you want to change is what you are focused upon. For 5 minutes a day, when you're in that car, connect with your heart and focus on where you want to go. Just a feeling that is slightly better than what you've got right now, or as good as you can find, because sometimes in glimpses to begin with, we can find the ultimate sensation we want. And when that happens, just enjoy it for as long as it's there and then let it go. Don't care about the details. It's not about the details. The details are just there because you believe right now, in this very moment, that those are the things that will get you the feeling you're after. But the details have nothing to do with the feeling, actually, at all. The details can be replaced in most cases. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, check out my Patreon page, like, comment, do all that, share the videos, and enjoy. Start doing this. Take control of your life, how you feel and how it looks. And, you know, just one step. Just take this one step